All right, back into customs to continue running the gauntlet of Cyclops, Nessie, Vampire Bat, Warg, Anubis, what else? The Chimera. I'm sure there are plenty more broken teams that I can't think of off the top of my head, but a lot of people are running basically 4 of those teams, and that's about it. So I actually wanted to use a pet that can counter some of those teams. Actually, here I'll quickly mention this is Kelby I'm getting matched with. So I'll put a link to his Twitch and YouTube in the description. Very entertaining, and I recommend you check him out sometime. So here's the pet I'm interested in. Mandrake, start of battle. Make 1 tier 2 or lower faint enemy dazed. And dazed is a new ailment which causes a pet's ability to stop working, which is a great addition to the game, I think. It's probably been overdue for that to be added. But at the moment, it only works on faint pets. I guess that makes sense. A lot of the faint pets are very strong. I suppose you could get dazed onto a non-faint pet via Bad Dog, but I think your odds are pretty poor for that. In any case, the main reason I wanted to use it is because the Mandrake can counter some of the teams that I mentioned at the very beginning. So there we turned off the Ant's ability, but it didn't actually matter, we lost anyway. But if you get Mandrake to level 2, it will start working on tier 4 and lower faint enemies. And that means we cover Chimera on the opposing team, but also Microbe. And many of the Vampire Bat teams will have Microbe. So I really wanted to see the Mandrake turn off those abilities and ruin those otherwise almost unbeatable teams. Of course, many of them will be able to counter the Mandrake. You know, you can just have multiple microbes. But I was willing to play a bunch of games to try and just farm some clips. So luckily here we get the level up. So already we're set up to counteract some of the teams that we're trying to hunt. And we've got level 2 Betta Fish here with Pill ready to go for turn 7. I didn't really have a specific team that I wanted to set up around the Mandrake. There are just some strong ability pets in the pack, and I was really just willing to take any of them as long as I could involve Mandrake somehow. So we make it to turn 7 with 2 hearts. I'm going to pill the Betta Fish onto the Lynx to give it a bit of a boost, because it's 5-3 is not going to do much against a lot of these opposing teams, but Lynx is a super disruptive pet, and hopefully that will also counteract some of the strong ability combos that we're likely to see. Someone going for Tamarin, probably not advisable in the current state of customs. Now actually this guy in the shop here, I saw 2 tree guys in the shop there. Originally I thought that Mandrake's ability was going to be that when you leveled it up, it transformed into the tree, but they're both tier 3 units, so that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, here we go. This is the kind of team that we're trying to mess up. And actually, the Mandrake ends up targeting the Weasel there instead of the Chimera. But it was only a level 1 Chimera, so it wasn't really a big deal. But Mana Hound plus Chimera is just super common. In fact, there have been games where I've played 4 or 5 of those in a row. So Mandrake, even just one Mandrake by itself, is set up to deal with them quite well. I would kind of like to have had multiple Mandrakes, but its base stats are poor to begin with, and there are a lot of opposing teams that don't have any faint pets at all, in which case you often just instant lose to them without having other strong abilities in the team. So here is a Nessie team, although we do end up getting the tie there. We'll sell the cow for more stats. So mostly we're just using existing units here rather than any of the new stuff. So I decided to take the level up on the cow. Now I think I made a mistake with the pack here. I don't think I put waffle in it. Getting level 2 cow quite early is very good. But unfortunately, that was a bit of a blunder. Now here is one of the classic teams that we're trying to mess with. They had the eggplant moved the unit that was going to give the warg lots of mana, I think. We're trying to run multiple different types of interference here. We've got the lynx, we've got the mandrake, and the eggplant. I guess crocodile as well. And with the gingerbread man, we'll get the crocodile to level 2 as soon as we find the second one. Again, I've got all the classic buy-sell pets without the waffle, but not to worry. Here is another one of those classic teams. This person, I've matched with them, I don't know how many times today and yesterday. Every single team is Cyclops, which isn't really a big surprise. Everyone is running it. But actually, with only a single Nessie, we are going to win anyway. And with the double cow, we need to actually buy-sell both of them separately. Yeah, so that we can bring the cat in last and get the double milk. And I did set up the tier 6 foods to be friendly to the cat. So there's, I think it was chicken leg and orange. And then the last tier 6 is cornucopia, because it gives you a chance at finding any of the other tier 6 foods, which is good for both the cat and also just for finding solid equipment. Now, with Rooster being tier 5, the Mandrake doesn't do anything here at level 2. So I will have to try and level it up if I want to, counteract Rooster or Nessie, for instance. But we get the pancakes from Cornucopia, and I think I'll take the gingerbread man since it's almost like chocolate. But yeah, we are going to start facing some really crazy teams, and here's a Jersey Devil team, level 3 Cyclops, of course. The question is just how many times have they sold a level 3 unit to power up the Jersey Devil. Of course, we deleted it anyway, so it didn't actually matter, but we do find a Mandrake here. And yeah, it was chicken leg plus orange, so we'll just take the buffs while we can. Next opponent, here we go, Vampire Bat. And the Mandrake is going to turn off the microbe. They still activate crisp a load of times. And in fact, we're going to get more crisp here. So the Vampire Bat is just absolutely ludicrous in terms of how much damage it can output. But we do manage to get the tie. So a little bit fortunate there. It just shows you how easy it is, even when the Mandrake's counteracting the microbe, for that team to still put out a huge amount of damage. So we buy the Peach of Immortality just to try and get the counter going, but yeah, maybe a bit late for that. Level 3 Ant is going to get its ability turned off here. I think, is this going to be another tie? Or maybe we're going to win. Yeah, okay, we are going to win. We do have plenty of health, so we're fine on that one. So 9 wins, actually. A little bit surprising, that this team has managed to get that far, considering we're not particularly synergistic. We're just relying on half-decent stats and strong abilities. Probably should have just bought the orange there. I'm not sure what I was looking for specifically. I'm going to take another cornucopia and we get a hot dog. So that equalizes the health a little bit. And what are we going to get for our next opponent? Actually, I'm going to call in a specialist to commentate on this action replay.
We're cooking, boys. We're so rocked up right now. Oh, get rocked!
Amazing. 100 behemoth gets turned into a rock by its own teammate. I was just falling about the place laughing when that happened. So yeah, that session was a lot more fun than I was expecting it to be. Although I did go ahead and record some more games afterwards and they didn't quite pan out, but here are some clips. Here's someone trying to get away with a 2-squad warg plus rock turn 8, but eggplant messes them up. Actually, no, it was a seahorse, not eggplant that time. And yeah, same game, we move a level 3 Jersey Devil into the middle, so the platypus misses a spawn as well. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get the Jersey Devil up to a high number of triggers. Kappa is just such a bizarre unit. I guess that's why it's in customs. But the random tier 3 spawning, I mean, I can't remember the last time I had Camel in a custom pack. But then, of course, most runs are going to end to stuff like this. Some people just have absolutely no shame whatsoever. Multiple 1-up Nessies plus level 3 Tiger. Yeah, Frigate Bird team has not got any chance against that.